Hi Chris, Joel here. I'm gonna provide you an overview of the car. Congratulations on your new racing machine. Also, I'm gonna give you a deep dive into the nitty-gritty, step by step, you know, component of the car, how to set up the do and don'ts. So I will provide you the entire, deep dive on how it works, and where are the components, the how-tos, and everything that you should know about this. Okay, let's start. Okay, so let's start from here. You will see as I mentioned the rear disc is a DB500. You have the spacer, this padding, 20 millimeters. Now you take nuts, Brembo with DTC pads. Okay, you have your Hoosier racing tires. I would recommend to replace them, even though they'll still have meat for like another race. Regardless, I would recommend you to replace them. Just go in the safe side. Okay, your aluminum, bars right here, your pairing, sway bar, your tomei, exhaust, titanium, right? Okay. This car is not a track car, it's a road racing car. Currently I was racing in R2. That's the class I was racing. Okay, the rear door is fixed to the body with these nuts. You will need to remove these nuts in order to open the door, because they are fixed inside with those screws. You will not be able to open the door unless you remove these 5 screws. I will open it later on for you in the video. Okay, so this is the handle to open the car from inside. Just pull this strap down and you will open the door. So racing net required as part of the sanction, many sanction. Okay, right there you will see that hole matches with this component here, and you will fit it into here, and that is how you put your racing net. It will protect you from anything that should come from the side and protect your face. Okay, that's the reason that net is required for SCCA and NASA. This car is built for SCCA. Okay. Next step is, has a Sparko racing seat. Is fixed. You have the Sparko adjustable right here. bracket, especially for this car. You can adjust the height and the angle. This all depends how you would like to use your car. You can put it in the front or the rear or different angle, all depends your driving style. Okay. Seat belts right here are sub belt, and they're good until 2025. Right there, 2025. Okay. This is part of your communication. Here you plug your radio to your helmet. You connect this to your helmet. This is your blower. If you don't use a helmet that have an inlet, you will not use it. The switch that is right here under the timer. This is removable. This is just magnet. That's the switch. As well, I have these two sets of fans. These are for when you are on the grid. This is cheap, $15, Napa. They help keep you cool during, when you're in the grid, when you're just sitting down waiting to send you to the track. Okay, those two are connected directly to the battery, and that is the plug where they're connected to. Okay, you have your counter, lap counter right here, also magnetic. So here, every single lap you count it. 1, 2, 3 laps. I reset it. 0. Timer as well. Start. Counting your time. Stop. Okay. Hold it. It should reset. Or I think it's these two buttons. These two buttons at the same time they will reset. Okay. This is the it's a Subaru. This is the driving lights, normal stuff of the car. Steering wheel, Sparko. It's Sparko hub. It's difficult to put it with one hand. You have to sure that is properly put it like that. Always sure that it doesn't come out. It's very dangerous. You don't put it like this, or just put it like like that, and you try to turn or something and it doesn't click. You're in danger. You need to click it. Okay? Here is you push to talk button. This goes with your car communication, with your radio. Just connect to you with your radio. Okay? Here's your access port, your kill switch. Here, when you turn on, the car is alive. Off, nothing works electronically. You have a horn in case that you want to use it on the street with street tires. Okay. Okay. There's the logbook. I will talk to you about it in a few seconds. Right here is your, bottle of water. I never use it, so it's right there. What else? Camera mount, right there. It's for your GoPro or whatever camera system you have. You can set it up in different angles if you want. It's right there. It's right there, a hook for your harness or your helmet, your hand device. Right there. Okay. Here's one fire suppression system that is reachable for you from your, driver's position in case of emergency. And there's another one for any flat corner worker in case of fire. Excuse me. Okay. Here is your fire extinguisher. This is the pin. So I'm gonna put it. Always when you race, you should take this out. It will not work if the pin is inside. I will set it up for transportation purposes like this. Okay, so it will not work for transportation purposes. For race, you remove it. It was refilled and is due on February 25th, 2023. So next year is due. You have to refill it or check it. Right now the gauge indicate that it's green state. Okay. So I will set it up this and put it for transportation purposes in the safety position like this. So the pin, so the fire system suppression system will not work. Logbook. This is a road racing vehicle. Here is as well the car registration. Okay. So this is not an actual track car or something that you can go to the track. This is a car that was built with some specifications. So the engine should not be modified if you want to race in a sanctioned body. So I would recommend, if you want to race this car in a sanctioned body, do not modify more than it is right now, unless the class that you want to race allows you to do it. So here is the racing logbook. Okay, and this goes with the car. In the case that you set the car, the logbook travels with the car. It's the Bible of the car. Okay. So also the car has the wing of the 2006-2007 Hawkeye car. I put it because I used to have a Hawkeye as well. Velocity Warehouse is the team that always provide me services as a track performance, and they are the one that manage the car. They're located in Fort Lauderdale. I am the one who built the car. They are the one who provide the track service and do the maintenance and do the track, everything related to the track setup, tires, suspension, you name it, everything related to the car, we're them. This car, I won many events with this car. So here is the batches in 2020, 2021, 2022. So I started the season in November, already will count for the season of 2022. I won the championship in 2020 and 2021. So let's put this back. I have this here. I added those so for easy access. Okay, here is your fuse box. Okay, here you will find the fuel is the small one, and the big one is the trunk. Yes, the trunk. So you pull it, and you open the trunk, the fuel. You pull it, and you open the trunk. Okay, let's go there. You can see the car is in perfectly shape, OEM state. You can see there's no leak, there's no rust, there's no anything to be concerned about. Okay, same here. This is the OEM cap, still has that. Okay, in case that you want to have a rapid fuel, you know, you're in a race or something, you have to remove this little cap in order to have the rapid fuel, you know. But since this car was a sprint car, I didn't never I never remove it, so I keep it like that. OEM. Okay, this is the Naka dog for the air blower. Same of the other door applies to this door. You have to remove the bolts in order to open the door. Okay, here you will see part of the roll cage is welded, cross sections. You can see the interior, it looks awesome. You will see that this car has never been involved in a crash or any kind of, you know, distress. Okay. Right here is the towing strap required by the CCA to pull in case you spin or unfortunately something happened. They pull using this strap. Okay, it's required for the sanctioned body. Even has this thing to open inside the inside the trunk. Okay, these are part of the comms. Here goes the radio. Lower camera, I already showed you that. Your center differential. Your other racing mat also required for the suspension body. Or your harness, right there. Most likely all the plugs are, empty, because there's no anything attached to them. Since the doors are empty. Okay. Now let's pop the hood. It's right here. Okay, so you never have been using a Subaru before, these two are the the so-called connector, test connector. In order to reflash, tune, or modify any recipe, you will need to connect these two and follow the instruction of the access port. These are the green connector, famous green connectors. They are right here. Okay, but to use it, you have to unplug them. Okay? They are right here available. OBD2 is right here, and it's currently connected to the access port. Okay, so I have fire, everywhere. Everywhere you feel, that it will save you or anything, there will be a fire nozzle. Here in the back, right there in the fuel pump, and inside the engine bay as well. Okay, we start with the Coyorat aluminum radiator right here, Cusco, shroud, green speed oil separator right here connected. This is the small battery to save weight. This is automotive fuel sample port. Okay, this is required for the sanctions body to see that you are not cheating, you're not seeing E85 or any fuel that is not allowed by your sanction body. So you will need if you're gonna race or compete. Okay, you have your Cusco sway bar, your cup tuning intake. All your hoses are Michimoto, even though they still have the stickers. Pairing inlet hose. What else? Stainless steel braided EIG line for the power steering pump. You have your 4-bar cup tuning map sensor right here. You have your tile blow off right here. You will have your 850 side feed side feed injectors. I'm not a fan of the side feed, but that's what the car came. You don't get so much horsepower with those side feed injectors. You will need to convert those to top feed in order to get horsepower. Okay. What else? I have the good bridge right here. A stainless steel braided clutch line. Your bird torch pitch mount for the transmission. Right here. You have your Blauch Dominator 3.0 XRT or something like that, turbocharger. You have your petty front mount, all the connections, there. You will have your green speed right here. Green speed boost controller, electronic boost controller. Right here you will have your NVIDIA downpipe, catless. This guy is catless. Okay. Your cup, heat shield, very important, so you protect your temperature against your intake temperature. Very important for the track. If you're running in a hot day, you will see detonation. You don't want that. And if you're running in a hot day, you will see it. It's part of the racing life. You will see false knocking signals on it. Over there you will see your pairing equal length header. I will get back there in a few seconds. That's one. TGV we deleted, so they're straight. Okay, so that's what I can tell you so far from on plain sight. From the engine bay. Okay, so here is your suspension thing. Here you adjust your angle, your damper. So yes, that's how it goes. Okay, these are the two-piece StopTech front disc. These are the DTC, I think it's 90 or 60 pads. You will see the suspension chain right here, fully adjustable. You will see your stainless steel braided good bridge. You have the same at the back, at the rear of the car as well. Brake lines. Okay. Here you will see your cooling ducts. You're seeing the Corvette, setup. Cold air goes in, goes here, travels and cools your disc. Very important. Okay. Here you will see your bumper brackets, bolts. You want to remove them. Okay. Your pairing sway bar. It's dirty, but it says pairing right there. Okay. That's what you will see in your Brembo calipers. Okay. Okay. Long studs. Thermal spacer. Here. To clear fold for the wheels. Okay. For the nuts, you will need this 13 spline tool. I will give you 2 of these. Don't lose them. They're very important for the forged nuts. This tool has 2 sizes, 19 and 21. 19 and 21. Okay. To torque, do not compromise on quality. Go with Craftsman or whatever brand you think is good, or a torque. Craftsman as well. This is a Craftsman electric. Probably this is from our battery. No, it's alive. This is a Craftsman one. Yeah, right there, Craftsman. Don't compromise on torque, specification, or quality. Any other tool that you will use for, bank, and you can use cheap tools, but for specialized tools, use good one. My recommendation. Okay. Go underneath the car. Get some light here. So right there. Okay, let me see if I can show you modification on the 4-door solution. Right there, cylinder number 4 for cooling. That improved the life of the engine. Okay. This is your pairing header, equal length. It says pairing right there. This is the big tube. This is the Mishimoto oil cooler. It's right in the top of the intercooler. It's the intercooler. Inside the oil pan you will have the baffle and the Killer Bee oil pick and baffle. Okay. Let me see, you can see the up pipe right there, 3 inches up pipe. What else? The downpipe media. carbon fiber drive shaft right there. And you can see there's no rust underneath the body or anything. Pretty good shape. It's dirty, but it's in good shape. Front tires. You can see they still have, life, but they have this little scuff here. It's bad. I recommend to replace them. You can swap it because these are they are not directional. All depend on the track configuration. You can probably have one lap, or I mean 1 weekend more of this if you change this tire. They're new. They were new when I used them. You can see here in the depth of the tire, but Palm Beach and competition are aggressive on tires, so it's not the same track a car than race a car. So it's very different when you compete versus when you go to a track day. Okay, here are the tires that for street use. I only use them on the track once, and you can see you have 4 OEM power coated. They're dirty, but they're in good shape. OEM Subaru rims. So now let's talk about going into the car. It's pretty easy. One hand here, one foot in, second foot in, and then you just fit right into it. Very easy. You will get used to it with practice. Okay, the key, go in. Nothing happens if in the off position. Okay, turn the key switching on. You will hear the fuel pump turning on. Now, clutch, you always check this neutral, right? Sometimes you want to just pump a little bit gas. I don't know, probably me, old school. You will fire up right away. That is a cold start. Okay. Go there, very easy. Sure that the wheel is tight, doesn't move. There you go, left and right. Lights on. Here you will see high beam. There. Hazard light. Right behind this. Back, wherever you want. Raise the car, always wait until it's max the optimum temperature, the middle, or right it past the water. Don't raise it or use it if it's cold. That will, damage the transmission and the synchros of the transmission and the engine. That is very, that's very basic. You should always warm your car prior to, race the car or use it. When you race the car and you are, with the seat belts, most likely are one foot here pressing you against the chair and you're using the brake and gas. You only take out your foot out of here when we're gonna shift. You will see here the stop light, see, working. Here on the mirror against the trash can. The car has 6 speed: first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Reverse, pull the lever up all the way to the right and down, and it will go in reverse. Okay, always kill the switch. It's safer. That is technically how do you handle the car. You should set up your mirrors based on your height and the position of your seat, as well the position of okay, one thing, access port. Okay, go back. You can choose the gauges. You can measure performance, troubleshoot, change tune. Okay, here is how you change your map. To do it, it will give you the instructions how to do it. You can do it real time, or you make a reflash, and it's gonna ask you which map. Here is right now is the Plus Dominator 98 octans which is the MS-109. Here's another map that I have. This is, I think this is for Subaru Racing. This one is another map with more fuel with Subaru Racing. Another map with 493 octane. Another map with MSO 109. This is another map with E85 for E85. Can. This is can, and the other are can. So you have one map for E85, one map with the I think if you touch it, it will tell you the instructions how to do it. So it tells you that it's not running. Also with the asset port, it will tell you what is the map about on the description of the map with the asset port map software in your laptop. So adjustment here, you can adjust the idle. You can increase or decrease the RPM up to 300. Right away, increase it, the RPMs. Now went down. Same with the timing. I will not retard or play with this. This is just for the for the bangs and pops. It will tell the timing of the car. Flat foot shifting is set up at 5200 RPM. This is for racing. Launch control, I think it's almost 6000 RPM. And this is to reset the launch control and the flat foot shifting. Okay, restore the shell. Show current map. Current map right now is the machine gun wire. With the blouch. With codes, no code were found. The car is in good shape. Okay, performance here you can calculate your 0 to 60, your quarter mile. Same with the gauges, you can choose whatever gauges you want. Here you can change the layout, the unit, configure your data login, the chip light as well. I think it's I have it as 6500 RPM. I don't wanna, you could go up to 6,000, 7,000 RPM, so I will not do that. Okay, to data logging, just go here, that green arrow, and you just click it, and it's gonna start data logging. Say data logging at 10 Hertz. Just click there and stop logging, not logging right now. That's how it works. car. I got it with 150,000 miles. I only put in this car 690 miles, and from those only 225 miles were racing miles, and I change the oil and do the proper maintenance on this engine after every single race. It's expensive, just I'm telling you that. I will go with you through that process right now. Okay, let's talk about fluids. Okay, let's start with the radiator for the track. Most of the track do not allow coolant, so instead of coolant you mix your water, distilled water, or not tap water, because that's gonna damage your water pump. The long run, you use distilled water and you combine with water weather. You probably for when you flush, you're probably gonna use 2 or 3 bottles of this guy per radiator, for the entire volume of the radiator. Here I'm gonna tell you a little bit of the product, but this is what every single racer use, because coolant, if there's a leak and you're racing with your tires, it's gonna get slippery and you may cause an accident. For that reason, coolant is not allowed for racing competition level. Probably for track days they allow that, but for competition it's not allowed. Okay. Brake fluid. This car uses this race fluid, racing brake fluid, RBF 660. This is for racing purposes. Okay, there's another one that is 600. I have it too, right here. Sorry for the mess. This guy. It's a racing brake as well, but this is more intended for street use or track days. 600 is for track days, 660 is for road racing. It's more robust, this one. So I use 660. The car right now has this one. Okay? So stay away from this and keep this. This is way better, regardless is more expensive. Okay? Both are gonna work for the street, don't get me wrong, but this is the one that you want for the track. Okay? Now, more that you're using the Brembo calipers, that they are hot. This guy get really hot. This is the Motul 90 PA. This is for your differentials and your, for your synchro, right? This is the one that you put here in your this little body that is right there. Okay, this is the one that it has. For the transmission, I use Gear 300 Motul. This is the one that this car has. Okay. Now, engine wise, this is a racing synthetic race oil. It's good, but it's not the best. I used it once. I didn't like it. I rather prefer keep using Motul competition. I don't have one here to show you, but I can send you the link. I use the competition line because it's more entailed for Subaru. I think actually Subaru Motorsport USA Motul sponsors the team. I think it designed for boxer engine as well, so that motor oil is good for it. Okay, so this works, don't get me wrong, it's good, but it's not as good as the Motul. Okay, it make the job, but it's not as good as the other. You will see the difference when you change the oil on the viscosity and you measure it. It will be different from Motul to Redline. Redline will be less viscous than the Motul. The Motul protects more than the Redline. Okay. Now let's talk about actual tools that you will need for the track. Very important, and the number one tool that you will need, a pressure gauge for the tires. Apparently this one is the battery died. I know. This. You will measure the tire pressure before get into the track and after. Cold tire temperature recommended for Hoosier is around, I think it's 28 or 32 pounds, I don't remember. Most likely I use, depend on the temperature or the weather and the track temperature, I use 24 on the front, 26 on the back. That is up to you, and that is based on your setup, and most likely is based on how you drive. Okay, but it's very important to, before you get into the track, measure your tire pressure. Before you get also into the track, you should bleed your brakes. Very important as well. You don't want your brake be squishy, smushy, or funky. Every single session you should bleed your brakes. It doesn't matter if it's a track day or a competition, you should do it. And with what you use, you can do it with two things. With this bleeder that is automatic, I have it here. This goes on the, let me pop the hood, let me move forward. I will pull about this in a few seconds. You unscrew your little guy here, your reservoir. Where it went? I have it in my hand. 1 second. That's when the meat goes live. All right, here. And this little guy goes here. See? And you just pump it and bleed your brakes. It's very straightforward. Okay? Totally recommended. This bleeder works for brakes and your clutch as well. For the clutch, it's a different fitting right here. You change the fitting and it goes into your clutch. Okay? Good. And this bleeder also works for different brands. I have different caps that work for different brands, like different Ford or GM or whatever company that you need to work on your car, that is something that is handful, very helpful. This is a transfer pump. You probably will need it in case that you have one fuel and you don't want to use that for fuel anymore. You need to remove it from your tank. Well, you need a transfer pump, or to remove oil as well from one place to another, you use a transfer pump. You should clean it before used between chemicals. Okay, very important. Another tool that this is homemade, and this is broken, but it's very useful. Just a hose, with a funnel, and it used to add oil into your transmission. Why? Because this car, the only way to put oil in your transmission is through here. To remove this guy, which is your level, and you pour the oil through here. Okay? Easy. And the transfer pump is used to fill out your differential oil as well. You can pump it from your jug into your differential. Also, you can bleed your brakes with the vacuum pump. This one is broken. I have another one somewhere. Another tool that is helpful is this. This one is just a cap, PVC cap, 2.5 inch from Home Depot with a hole on it. And what is this for? Well, you want to find boost leaks. This is how you do it. You remove one of the clamps, you replace it with this, and you're gonna pressurize the system with your throttle closed. I'm not gonna do that right now, but you just put it here, pressurize the system, and you will listen through the leaks. You will hear a whistle sound wherever the leak is, so you will find the leak with this. It's one way to find leaks. Easy way, cheap way, I would say. So most likely you will find leaks sometimes you remove the elbows of the pipe or the intercooler, or changing something, and you do not tie. Well, this is one way to find out if everything is nice and tidy. Okay, another tool that you will need is this tool. This tool is used to remove the cams and to remove the sprockets, the timing sprockets. This is tool specialized for Subaru, and this works like this. This is the ABCS cam, technically the same as the VTEC cam. You see it has like a little pattern right there, and that pattern matches this pattern. You just put it there, and it will fit, and you will hold it, and you will remove the screw that is holding the cam. Okay, that's the proper way to do it. Talking about the spare part that you're gonna have, this is the bunch of parts that I have. In case something fails, you will be able to replace them. Here you have both left and right ACVS, cams. I have here gaskets. I have here studs for the exhaust. Like this. Sprocket. Here the oil, the solenoid valves is right here. Here you will have all the bolts, all the gasket that you will need when you replace the front cover, right? When you remove this, there's a bunch of gasket and nuts and bolts that you will need to replace so you don't have leaks. All those are in that back and here. Okay, also here you will have the exam from Windows. I have here a complete set of wiring. This is coming out of 2004 car. It's not the same as this car. The ABS system is not the same. There's a couple of things that are not the same, but there's a lot of things that are similar that you can cut, slice and splice and make it in case you need it. Okay. Well, about why you need to race. Easy. You will need a set of racing shoes approved by FIA, a set of gloves approved by FIA, right? You will need a racing suit that meets the standards of the sanction body that you're gonna race, and approved by FIA. This is from 2013. This is my racing suit. It's old, still in good condition, regardless that it's old. Okay. Important, you will need a hands device or a more modern one. This thing expires and need to be recertified every other year. I think every 5 years. This one was certified in 2020. Yes, was recertified in 2020 December, and I think it's good for 5 years or 3 years. I don't remember. Probably, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, 5 years. So you will need a hand device. And the most important thing, you will need a helmet. You will not be allowed to use a motorcycle helmet. You will need a Snell helmet, at least SA to 2010. Okay, this one is my helmet. It has a lot of batters. You can see it's not great, but it works. And this one inside is modified. You have the microphone and have all the comms inside. I also have this for ventilation and everything. So you will need this, and this is for the camera as well. Just gonna slide the camera there. So technically, yes, that's what you need to start racing. So if you have any question of any kind, just let me know. I can guide you through the entire process. Okay? So hopefully you enjoy. Have a safe trip with this new car. I make it with a lot of love, a lot of passion. You can see here I have been racing for many years. And also, as you can see here, a few stickers of gears racing. On the background, in 2018 I won third place in the SAR championship. That is all these states in SCCA, the South Atlantic group. I got third place in the STU class using my Audi. Okay, so you can believe me that if I telling you that this car is good enough to start, it's good enough. I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't been in this business for a long time enough to understand you and have been in your place, so hopefully you will like it and enjoy it. And the most important part, be safe, and you also can do this so you can remember in the key of your racing car, put the photo of your kids so you remember, stay safe. Before you go in, remember them, they need you. Okay? Be safe and go in one piece, stay in the car in one piece, get out the track in one piece, and come back home. That's the most important part of racing. Okay? Well, have fun. Enjoy the car. Your new baby.